is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
How good is that? It is Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie. Welcome to the Wednesday podcast. I think, hands down, one of the greatest calls that we've ever received from a caller on the podcast today.
Wow. Well, for 2024, it's a clear submission for Best Caller of the Year, without a doubt.
So we were talking about surprise inheritance. Did you receive some money from someone that you hadn't had contact with from the family for a while, or from a complete stranger? This call will go down in history. It absolutely blew us away. You're going to hear it in the podcast.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
How is your sleep going, mate? Have you got you monitoring that on your Apple on your watch?
Actually, do you know what? It's been quite mild at night. I've been getting some good sleep lately. It's so weird. I am so up and down with sleep.
Really?
I can have a good block for a while,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden my mind's racing.
Yeah.
Doesn't help that I'm at a bar while I'm trying
Try
to sleep.
sleeping at home in your own bed is something you could work towards. Maybe 2025. Give it a few months. I mean, I've got the new ResMed machine, the sleep apnea machine.
Gotcha.
Which is great.
Do you know, here's another one a mate suggested to me the other day. But and who's the billionaire guy that said don't eat avocado on toast if you want to buy your house? That guy,
Tim Gurner, yep.
Yeah, Tim Gurner is we spoke about this. Is you can put a temperature gauge on your bed.
Yes.
So you can cool your bed down before you get into bed.
Well, you can also, and these are really popular at the moment, and you're right, they're about creating a stable temperature throughout the night fit. So you can set, it's like a cover that goes over your mattress, and you can set it at, say, 18 degrees, and it will remain at that 18 degrees, which is sort of the optimum deep sleep temperature. So you can adjust that for you. Man, there's a lot out there for sleep.
I've got to go check that out.
There's another guy getting around saying that if you want to get the best out of your day, you need to sleep for 12 hours.
Oh, gosh.
Now, that's I got a score of 99 last night. Everybody, if you're on the MyAir app for your ResMed sleep apnea machine, congratulations. Got a 7 hours and 34. Good mask seal, it says here, Fitz.
Obviously, there's a few areas you have to improve, though, if you only got to 99.
99. There's a little bit to go.
Well done.
Here's another technique you could use. I mean, everyone over the years has tried a few different things in terms of different sounds. Like white noise was popular, for a while, and you use it for kids as well.
Yeah, which is just Donald Trump playing in the background.
When we put Francesca to bed, she'll say, not without the waves, and we put waves on. So you have to lie next to her in bed while they sort of surf. I mean, like we've recorded it down at Bondi, you can hear Hoppo in the background, trying to rescue some kid.
They've gone out in the rip again.
I don't think we'll bother with that one, mate. Someone's nicking a backpack up the hill. How's this, though? Thank God KFC's got involved. They've launched the Kentucky Fried Chicken Rain Track. So what you're listening to now is bubbling chicken in the deep fryer. Now, that sounds a lot like rain.
It does, doesn't it?
Yep, so there's a KFC test kitchen. They've actually recorded the deep fried chicken. I feel like I'm in a tropical rainforest. Why am I eating a bucket of KFC?
I am actually shattered that you've played that to me now, because all I'm going to think about when I hear rain outside is KFC cooking.
You will. Oh, my God. It's a bucket. There's chicken wings. They're falling from the sky. Have another listen. Oh, my God.
Oh. But then...
Got another order coming through. 32, another bucket.
The only thing now, though, is that you are going... That's all you're going to imagine. No, you know what they need to add to it now? Some kind of aroma where it's just like...
And then floats into your room.
It floats into your room, the smell of a two-piece feed.
I mean, Snitchy, who works on the show, he's got an apartment that's right next door to a KFC. So he gets the smell of the chicken through the window, and on a rainy night, how is he meant to sleep? The deep fries in your bedroom.
You can smell him every now and then when he walks past you at work. You go, oh, I wouldn't mind a zinger boo.
Yeah, he's got fat dripping off.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Surprise inheritance. I like this because, millennials, a lot of people are the younger kids are making decisions that they don't want to have children. And this has happened with a lot of older people as well. This is just in the US, but 20% of US adults aged 50 years and over haven't had children. So then a majority, so 57% of those people don't have wills either, Kate. So this is the weird thing. The scary thing about that, it ends up, that money, inheritance money, ends up in the hands of people who don't expect it. And, well, it's good for them, but there's a lot of it that's just going, a lot of people who don't have kids, they want to donate their money to charity, friends, extended family, stuff like that. The church is a big one, yes. Even pets come in there as well.
Yeah.
But Kelly McKeag, 64-year-old healthcare industry consultant in Washington, received a phone call several years ago saying that her cousin Nick left behind some money in a savings account. They hadn't been in touch for 20 years.
That's kind of Nick.
I thought it was a scam, Kelly said. She hunted down his death certificate and news article and learned that he died about a year and a half before in a workplace accident. I mean, it was only $2,500. But for him to give that to his cousin is a pretty good effort. He never had kids himself. I love this stuff.
I don't think that's ever going to happen to me.
No. I mean, you would hope that somewhere out there there's some magical family member that you don't know about right now.
Imagine that.
There's a prince.
Imagine that.
Hello, Kate. I just need you to sign here for the delivery of $10 billion.
How amazing.
I don't know where he was from.
Do you know what, though?
I wasn't getting involved.
Inheritance, though, they say that there's trillions of dollars out there that's unaccounted for.
So where, though? Because do the governments take it or something that say you better get a will, otherwise it will go to the whatever?
Death and taxes.
This is what scares me because I agree with you. Does it go to the government? Where does it go? I would say it would be thirsty lawyers that get their hand on it somehow, don't they? There's got to be
so.
Doesn't there have to be someone that's in charge of that money, or is it just a legal?
Someone has to be in charge of the estate, don't they?
But not everyone has an estate. They might just have one bank account, and then that goes to the country or something.
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
You just donate it back.
Yeah, it doesn't go to a lawyer. Not everyone has a lawyer.
13 24 10 surprise inheritance. Can we go to Cheryl and San Susie first? Hi, Cheryl.
Hi, happy Wednesday, guys.
Oh, good on you, Cheryl.
Cheryl, you're up and about.
I know, I leave home at 5 o'clock. I babysit 3 grandchildren today. So.
Wow.
Good
So
on
did you
you.
get a surprise inheritance, Cheryl?
Yes, it was my best friend. It's her mum. So she went to a funeral, and at this particular funeral place, they actually have 4 chapels. And so she was running a little. Anyway, she ran and she signed the book out the front, and she went inside and sat down, and she thought, oh, gee, I don't seem to see anyone here. And then they said the person's name, and she, oh, my God, I'm in the wrong chapel. So she got up, and she'd put in the book, she had to put her name and address and phone number, the registry out the front. And so she went next door to the chapel she was supposed to be in, and she never gave it another thought, you know. And then about a month later, she got a phone call from a solicitor, and this person that had died had no descendants, nobody to give, and he just, in his will, it was stated that whoever goes to my funeral and signs the register will get a part of my inheritance, and she got $100,000.
Oh, that is amazing.
And to be honest, it happened to the most wonderful lady. She was a really giving, kind person and never had any luck in her life, and it was just a miracle.
That
I
is
believe.
a great story. And you know what? That's when you trust the universe that you are in the right place at the right time.
And she made a mistake. She went into the wrong chapel, and I mean, what's the chances of that happening?
Cheryl, it makes you think.
100,000.
I'm going to go to 10 funerals this weekend, just sign the good book and hope for the inheritance.
Well, I've got to tell you something very funny. My uncle passed away, and there were 3 ladies at his funeral, and we're thinking, and I walked up to them and I said, so where did you know my uncle from? And they said, oh, we didn't. We just look at all the death notices, and because you always have nice lunches, and we just turn up.
Oh, my God. That's another topic altogether.
It's funeral
crashes.
Funeral crashes.
Oh, Cheryl, you've opened our eyes.
It's better than timeshare lunches, isn't
but you
it?
never know, see, so you always sign the register. That's
And a great chicken sandwich thrown in for your luck.
That's
Oh,
right.
Cheryl, we'll get you one
we
of
love
those.
you, Cheryl.
You guys, in the morning, you're just amazing, especially when you're on the M5 and all the dickheads on the road. So you're great.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
We're going to talk about this man, Shawn Mendes. What's the update on this, Kate Ritchie?
Let's chat about him because he's given an insight, I think, into what's been going on for him and delivered quite a heartfelt message from stage. He has a brand new album and he's performed songs from it at the Red Rocks Amphitheatre in Colorado.
Yep.
And as we know about Shawn Mendes, there's been a lot of speculation over the years and everybody throwing in there two bobs worth about his sexuality. Now, we know that he's dated Camila Cabello. I think most recently he's been linked to Sabrina Carpenter. Jess and I were just talking during the song that even, with all of the chat swirling and people wanting answers that actually has nothing to do with them, let's be honest. Backstage a while ago, Taylor Swift dolled him up with glitter and face paint, and he even said he was worried about her posting that because what kind of message that might send to the world. Now, I would imagine if someone's trying to work this out for themselves, you're kind of like, can you just get off my back? Yeah. And he said how he's feeling so succinctly is leading into a brand new song called The Mountain, which actually has lyrics like, you can say that I like a boy or you can say that I like a girl. And he took a deep breath and then he actually found his own words and I guess took over the narrative of his own story by saying this.
The real truth about my life and my sexuality is that, man, I'm just figuring it out like everyone, and I don't really know sometimes, and I know other times. It feels really scary because we live in a society that has a lot to say about that, and I'm trying to be really brave and just allow myself to be a human and feel things. That's all I really want to say about that for now, but
I think that's a really big moment for him.
Pretty brave, isn't it?
Well, it is. And unfortunately, people have always had their own ideas about what his story is, and they've reported so many different things. And I guess if you're trying to work it out, that's incredibly frustrating and confusing because maybe I don't even know what I think about anything anymore because I'm so heavily influenced by what everyone else thinks.
It's a shame.
Good on him for having that moment up there to say, you know what, I don't know. I actually am not saying anything because I just don't know. Yeah. I'm trying to work it out, and that's all I have to say for now.
And the good news is for Shawn Mendes, you don't need to know, mate. And you don't need to make any announcements. You just figure it out and do what you want when you're ready.
Well, and that's very kind of you to say that, but I would imagine there's
Shawn.
I guess there's a lot of pressure when everyone's commenting on it.
And I wonder what his mum Eva thinks, and his stepdad Ryan Gosling.
Don't do that because I'll get confused and drive in the car today and think, is Eva really Shawn's mother?
And then Shawn Mendes will be on the show and you'll say, well, I need to ask about your mother, Eva. And we'll all got her a beauty. Payoff was a year in the making, but we got her an absolute beauty.
Good classics.
Yeah, great work, guys.
Good on you, Shawn
Well
Mendes.
done to you, Shawn.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Kate Ritchie's
Theme Queen.
Welcome to round 31 of Theme Queen, guys. We're just going to kick it off. Can you believe it's lasted this long? I am your host. Not just a meal, but the whole buffet. Kate Ritchie. I don't know if I like that.
Does that mean like all you can eat? Just feels a bit...
For $29.
Again, I'm getting ripped off.
I'll drop it to 19 if we're quiet.
This squid's a bit stringy, to be honest with you.
Oh, come on, guys.
It's a bit chewy.
I mean, I like talking about buffets because I think they died in COVID, didn't they?
Gone.
Bring back the buffet. The game is very simple. 3 rounds, each round, 3 songs, and each of the songs are connected by a theme. You just got to work it out. Now, Fitzy, we might start easy, but you wanted me to mix it up a bit this week.
Okay.
You were like, why does it just have to be songs?
Yep.
So we'll get to that.
Okay. Can you give me a degree of difficulty on round 1?
Oh, wow.
Like a 4.
Okay.
Okay, round number 1, song number 1.
Ace of Base.
Oh, the Ace.
Song number 2.
Who's that?
Nobody wants to rule the world. Tears for Fears.
Great. And song number 3.
Oh, Tub Thumper.
Yeah, by.
So their bands, they rhyme. Their band names rhyme.
Excellent work. Oh, you are on fire, Fitzy. I've got a good feeling about today.
Chumbawamba.
I hate that song. I actually hate that song, and I don't even like to use the word hate. Round number 2, song number 1.
What do you mean, Justin Bieber?
Well done. You don't get a point for that.
I think I know what it is.
Why?
Keep going.
Okay, song number 2.
Is that No Doubt or Gwen Stefani?
It's Gwen Stefani. How great is Gwen Stefani, by the way?
Yeah.
Song number 3.
Oh, baby, why don't you just meet me in the middle? I'm losing my mind.
That's Zed and Maren Morris. I'll give you a bit of a
Zed, yes.
clue. So,
I'm lost.
what do they all have in common?
Justin
What is-
Bieber, Gwen Stefani, and Zed.
Yeah, the songs. What was,
Is there a clock theme in there?
well,
a
there's more,
time theme?
There's more than a theme. You can hear the clock
tick-tock,
ticking, guys.
Well
Okay.
done, mate. You're really killing it. I'm really impressed with you, Fitz.
Well, let's just wait and
You can
see
do amazing things when you actually think.
when you turn that brain on in the morning. Round number 3. This one is a special one for you, Fitzy. So you don't complain. It's all just about the songs.
Huey Lewis and Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yep.
Song number 2.
Jack Black
Yeah.
and Britney Spears.
So we've got Gwyneth Paltrow, Jack Black, and now we have...
I guess we're gonna find out. Oh, we're gonna find out.
Who's that?
Yeah, we're gonna find out if you're gonna
Do you know who it is? Famous daughter of very famous parents.
Liv Tyler.
Married to musicians. Does like a musician, I
Miley.
think. Is one herself.
No, who is that?
Kate Hudson.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. We've got our 3 artists.
So they're all actors.
Well, that is correct, but that is not the answer. What else do they have?
Famous parents.
I don't know who Jack Black's parents are. That's incorrect.
Jane and Gary.
They all have beauty brands.
All actors.
I don't think Jack Black has a beauty brand.
Yeah, he has
I mean,
a
he could,
moisturiser
does
out.
he?
Yeah.
What for?
Smooth skin.
Oh,
Were they in the movie Shallow Hal?
no, they weren't. But this is
Do they
great.
have a candle? Or like a
vagina candle.
yeah, does Jack Black have one of those? Or just Gwyneth?
Well, I don't know if he does have one, but I don't think it's part of his branding.
Do they have a website?
So
Called
they
Goop?
were in. They were all in musical Now wait, hold
Here
on,
we
hold
go.
on to this. So Jack Black was in School of Rock.
School of Rock, yep.
Kate Hudson was in Almost Famous. Gwyneth was in the Huey Lewis movie. What was the movie?
Duets.
Duets.
Is that right?
But you know what? I feel like I want to give it to you because these are all very good answers.
What is the
But they
answer?
aren't the answer. I think I'm going to have to help you this
Go.
morning because we don't even have a call. They all went to the same high school in Santa Monica.
How would we know that? How would we know that?
You know your Jack Black trivia,
Well, I don't.
and you know about Gwyneth, and you know about Kate. You'd know that they all went to.
Well,
high
nobody
school.
does.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Can we talk about upgrades on flights? Very hard to do these days. And can I'm just going to bring something up here. If you're the Prime Minister of Australia, why wouldn't you be asking for upgrades?
It's a great question.
Absolutely. I mean, shouldn't you? Don't you deserve them?
Yes, you do. Because the
Oh,
office.
look, I don't know.
The office holds a level of respect and regard. And, I think Batuta Advocate made the joke that if you got on a flight, you're sitting in economy and you're sitting next to the Prime Minister, you'd think, what is wrong with this country?
Yeah. I don't want.
What is he
I don't
doing
want the
here?
Prime Minister to be next to me in
Neither do I.
economy.
No. You know what? It is one of the greatest feelings, though, of all time when you're at an airport, especially if you've got kids. Everyone's hardly no sleep. You're stressed out, and you get the call up from the airline that says we're going to upgrade you and the family. If this has happened to you before 13, 24, 10, because you cannot justify paying for business class seats or first
you'd
class
be
seats.
mad. Do you know what? I remember we were going on a flight. And I'd booked on Qantas, and then I thought there was a good chance of an upgrade. So I'm wearing like a jacket and stuff.
Why? Why did you think
because
there was a
I
good
knew
chance?
someone at
Because
Qantas.
you're on the radio.
No, Kate. I knew somebody at Qantas that I'd spoken to, and they said, all right, well, just dress for business. It's your best way in. I put on a jacket and a shirt.
Oh, rod and gun.
And then Lisa had like a fur on, and we turned up, and then...
A real fur? I'd be very careful.
No, she'd hunted some mink foxes.
She found a fox out the front of the
here's the
airport.
thing. We turned up and they went, oh, no, it's code share. You're on a British Airways flight. You're in economy. So what is going on here? Who booked the code share?
So just on that as well.
I don't even know what that is.
This is what they're saying with that one is that, there's certain carriers that you can actually, when you go in to check in, you can ask them how much an upgrade is going to cost. Now,
That's what I do. I always do that one.
Never done that in my life before. But some carriers, you can go up and go, if you've got any spare seats up front, I'm prepared to pay. And it might only be, say, $500 to $1,000 to get upgraded to business.
Which is a lot cheaper than if you'd booked originally. I mean, let's just say I don't like travelling up the front. I prefer to be down the back.
You've lied.
You've
lied because I know about an overseas flight you took earlier in the year.
Is that what you're
and
talking
you were
about?
Extremely comfortable.
I didn't. Well, I wasn't
That's one
paying.
hell of a flatbed.
Now, what about this one? Fly with a budget airline that has a premium cabin. Now, I agree with this, and I do get stuck into Jetstar every now and then. But Jetstar, if you can get on Star Class, they're cheaper. They're cheaper fares, but then you get the extra leg room. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Their business class isn't too bad.
I hear you, sister.
So you got to find a cheaper airline that has a premium cabin, Kate, and that's how you save money.
Premium economy.
You can buy upgrade on points. What they do say in this article, though, things that won't get you an upgrade is they say that dressing up doesn't work. Whip
Doesn't on code share, mate.
But also excuses like today is my birthday. There's a lot of people that rock up to the airport with cupcakes, macaroons.
Bribes.
And they think they're going to get an upgrade. Yes. Flowers. Another big one is our dogs just died.
That's not bad.
The kids are really upset.
Yeah,
a family member has died overseas and we're going to see them, and, the kids are, a bit ratty at the moment. They're a bit sick. Any chance we can get an upgrade? Does not work.
I think just being polite, just be polite, be yourself, because the thing is, those people behind the counter in that moment, they are in such a position of power.
Aren't they?
They know.
And you're bowing down,
There are
aren't
some,
you?
even not upgrades, like even just a small change or getting your luggage through at the last minute or something. I tend to think they can always do it, but they choose whether they do.
Do you know
or
what
not.
I do? Do you know what I do a lot of? I'll turn up and I'll say, do you have any, sorry, is there any chance of an upgrade? And they'll go, no, we don't have any upgrades. And then I'll go, that's interesting because I've got tickets to see the Kid Leroy live in Nova's Red Room. And they go, as it turns out,
Well, they're
is an
invitations, they're
That's
not
illegal.
tickets.
Yeah.
And I go, all right, straight to the front. They say, choose a seat.
Sean in Neutral Bay, did you get an upgrade, Shawnee?
Yeah. Good morning, guys.
How'd you do it, Sean?
So my partner and I were going to Thailand, and we were in the queue to check in our luggage, and the manager at the front was just yelling, hey, is there two people looking for a party of two? And we put our hands up.
Yeah.
And we got upgraded to business class from economy, and our flight left in 20 minutes, so we just got escorted through straight on the plane.
Oh, like a
dream.
rock star.
Rockstar
I bet
pass.
you could not believe your luck.
It was so good for an international flight.
Yeah.
Sean,
That's beautiful, mate.
we've seen that once, getting an escort onto the plane, and that was Elle McPherson. Remember that one?
Yeah, just
and we
Fitzy, myself and Elle McPherson.
You were bothering her.
She was bothering us.
Like there was someone came to the Qantas lounge and said, Mrs. McPherson, your plane is ready. She was the first to get on, Kate, and she had someone escort onto the plane.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. Do you know what I do want to know, though? If Shawn got the two, in the upgrades, and maybe they only have one seat, like if you're offered just one seat and there's a party of two, or maybe your wife and the kids, out of you guys, do you say, oh, look, so sorry, it's either four of us or none, or do you say, I'll take the seat and the kids can be down the back? Is that what you do?
Yeah, I do. I'll take it and the kids and the wife can go down the back. I saw George Columbaris do it once. The thing was, his wife was pregnant. She kept walking to the back of the plane. Georgie slept well.
Oh.
George had a great selection of movies on that flight too.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
I just got a text from my mom.
Yes, because I'm a textpert, an expert at texting.
Write my reply.
You got me in love again, guys. Bloody caught out in love again. You're not wrong, Whip. It's not a bloody easy road. This is a roller coaster, this thing.
So good to having a laugh.
Oh, mate. If you're not laughing, you die.
I hope I get one in today.
Okay. Well, we've got 3 hours to workshop it. Grant is 29 years old. Do you say Grant or Grant?
It depends.
It depends if you South African.
No, Grant.
Grant, you say Grant.
Hey, Grant or Grant.
What if you got a grant from your local council?
Grant got a grant from the government.
I got a grant.
Okay, what has Grant done?
He's been with his girlfriend Sophie. She's 28. They've been together for 4 months. So
how old is he?
He is 29, so only 12 months different there. For 4 months they've been together. He received this text message on the weekend. So Sophie has written, "Good morning, my love. On the weekend, I'm going to take you shopping. My treat. Let's get some new clothes that you'll feel comfortable meeting mum and dad in. Let's start with some jeans that don't have rips in them and work our way around to a suit jacket."
Now, the way that you're reading it and your inflection, that's not how you read text messages.
No, is that the rest of the text? And I'd like to proofread as well, because last week you changed things up a bit and it completely changed the meaning.
Well, Kate Ritchie, that's the thing about text, is it's interpreted by the reader, and it can be. So if you write to somebody, whatever, that can be whatever, or it can be whatever. So that's the thing. You have the interpretation.
But you change the words and leave details
Kate, this is why we have the point of discussion. This is what it's all about.
It's not delivery.
So what's your version? What are you reading into it? What am I reading into it?
Okay.
Yeah, but see, if we read a transcript of what you say to employees around the office here, you probably would be in jail.
No, but we deleted it.
Well, he wouldn't be here.
We deleted all of that.
Certainly wouldn't be here, would he?
We burned those
Having
files.
big chats with the family.
Good morning, my love. On the weekend, I'm going to take you shopping. My treat. Let's get some new clothes you'll feel comfortable meeting mum and dad in. Let's start with some jeans that don't have rips in them and work our way around to a suit jacket.
Is that it? With a kiss or an emoji?
Cross.
2 kisses. You need to say that.
Well, you can tell the nature of what she's trying to do here. You know there's love in there, and there's a gentle approach by saying, "Good morning, my love."
You know there's love in there. She doesn't like the way that you dress. And then she's the other thing as well, she's not happy. She is embarrassed to present to her parents her new boyfriend or her boyfriend with the way that he dresses. I'd get out of there. I would quit the relationship and I would run to Ibiza.
Fits. 3 words. Run, boy, run.
Oh, God, you guys. Well, I have a different take on it. I understand what you're saying. Okay. What she knows as being a daughter of her parents, it's not that she doesn't love him the way he is, Fitzy, which is, I know what you're thinking, right? No. Just be quiet for a second.
Hold on.
Okay, I'm not saying
it's not that she doesn't love him the way he is. What she knows as being a member of her family for an extended period of time is this. Things will be made easier and life for us will be better and there will be more longevity if you just get mum and dad over the line, because obviously the parents have a huge influence on her life. She doesn't necessarily agree with it, but she does know how awful it can be if they're not on side. So it's not about changing him. It's about let's do teamwork here to make this go smoothly.
10
so
seconds.
In turn, all of our lives will be much happier.
Thank you so much, Kate. Rebuttal from Ryan James.
How long does he have to keep up the charade for by wearing a pair of chinos?
Probably
and a
25
Ralph Lauren
years.
shirt?
Can I ask the question?
This is disgraceful.
Kate, the
People aren't that accepting. People don't make your life easier.
The simple
They just
issue
don't.
here is that she believes in his current state as the person that he's chosen to be.
In the ripped jeans?
Yep. That he is unacceptable for her mum and dad.
That they will not be on side.
Do you want
not
him
that
to
she
bow down
thinks
to
he's
their level? You
well,
want him to
you know
change who
what?
he
When
has-
parents have a big influence on your life, sometimes it's easier.
So he wanted to
Can
meet
I-
an independent woman, and that doesn't exist here.
Can I give you another hypothetical, Kate? You and I have been going out. Oh, great start of the relationship. We love each other, right? I want you to. I introduce you to my parents for the first time. You rock up wearing an amazing dress, and I say to you, "Oof, showing a bit too much flesh. Can you cover up
Again
a bit more?"
Yeah.
How would you feel about that?
I agree. I absolutely get it. It would be like, I would feel. Well, hopefully, I would be in tune with who I think your parents might be, and I would dress appropriately because it'll make everyone's life easier. But I do know that, of course, when you get that vibe, you think, it does. It hurts. I'm not saying it's okay.
The closest example we have is the real-life example of Tom and Inga. I mean, Tommy, you were an absolute mess wearing second-hand clothes from Vinnie's, right?
Yeah.
You found
Well
Inga,
said.
and all of a sudden, you turn into a preppy turd.
Yeah. Your
now,
words.
Saved.
Well, you changed dramatically, didn't you?
Yeah, she did sort of throw out a lot of my op shop clothes, mostly because there was secondhand blood on there. And looking back on that, I think she probably made the right decision.
But she cleaned you up.
Yeah, she did.
Tom
But maybe
went
that's
from
what he was
dressing.
looking for.
Tom went from dressing on the road to country road.
Wow.
And you know what? It was an amazing transformation.
Lisa's in Little Bay. Welcome to the show, Lisa. What do you think?
Good morning. How are you guys?
Hi, Lisa.
Look, I think it's not too bad if you can say for him to get dressed up. She doesn't say it all the time, and if it's just to meet the parents, just like Kate said, just make it flow, make it easy. I've done it with a boyfriend in the past as well too. Like, you just want them to look good for the family, and
That's where it starts.
No, but it's not. I agree, Lisa. And also, when you meet
all the time,
when you're meeting the parents, does it really hurt to put on a pair of pants that don't have rips in them? Even if that's your style and that's the way you feel comfortable, wear it all the time. But on the first meeting, like
You do that, Grant, and you will not have another say in this relationship.
Do you know what this is all about? Your ego. Now it's a battle of the egos. I'm not going to change for you. Well,
Yeah, but Kate, then it goes from parents, then it goes to her boss.
Yep.
Can you dress up for my boss, please? Or, oh, you know what? It's a high school reunion. Can you dress up a little bit more for my high school reunion?
I want to buy
Next
that
thing
one,
you know-
Mummy.
Next thing you know, he's wearing orange chinos and boat shoes, and he's having the worst time of his life.
I think you've all had very
beaten
bad
up by his old
experiences
mates.
with controlling exes.
So true.
And that's why you're fighting a battle that doesn't exist. Chill out, guys, and just put a shirt on.
Wow, she's spoken.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Hands up if you've had a sleep at work.
Yeah, studio all the time.
Who?
Usually between about 6 and 9 every day. I'll have a
come
couple of
on.
power naps.
Sometimes I don't even know that I've had the sleep, but it hits me like a steam train, Kate. And bang, I'm gone, and I'm at the desk. And then it's really funny because the minute you fall asleep, the digital partner comes around and films you and while they wake you up.
Yes, Lizzie. But Lizzie's probably not innocent of a sleep at work either. I think
sleep at
I
work?
have had a sleep at work. Tommy, I don't think you would have. You've had a cry at work. That's
Yeah.
different. We're not
Yes.
taking calls on that.
Oh, okay, tomorrow this
You've
time.
slept in the bathroom, haven't you? You can't seriously be in there for that long.
Yeah.
Doing that.
And I've had a shower at work as
Have you?
well. Yeah,
Have you?
Yeah.
Downstairs?
Downstairs.
They are very
Which
flashy.
is very nice. Sorry, Fitz.
So no, that's all right. I can't. As I get older and I mature, I pull back. That's it.
Those showers downstairs, Kate, all the girls go down there to do number twos.
No, they don't.
Yes, that's what I learned this week.
Who said that?
That's my takeaway from this week.
Who said that?
I overheard a conversation.
I don't think I've even...
I heard a do you poo at work chat between girls.
No,
and they went, yeah, you go down to the one downstairs. What's it called? Final trip or something, where you arrive on your bike. End of trip. There's showers down there and toilets, and the ladies just murdered them.
Oh my gosh!
We'll save that phoner for tomorrow as well.
Well, do you know what I do understand? I mean, I can't really add to this conversation because I don't do it. But I am saying that I understand. Sometimes I go into the toilet. Why are we doing this? And I think, oh, for goodness sake,
really, crimes.
Could you have done that at home, right?
Or end of trip.
And
do
then
it
the end of trip. But then I try and be, because this is the kind of person I am. I'm thinking, well, maybe they have a small flat and they have one bathroom that they share and they don't feel comfortable doing it at home, or they've just moved in with their boyfriend and they're like, I can't do that in front of him. I mean, he'll know everything about you eventually.
Yeah.
And then they have to wait till they get to work. So as much as I'm angry, I'm also happy for you.
What about the time?
Thank you for explaining that emotion.
Oh, Kate, you know what happened to me one time? I was driving and
This is about sleeping at work.
Yeah, but I was at Sans Souci and I had a terrible stomach and I had to run into the bathrooms. And I ran into the bathroom like public toilets, and I didn't realise I'd run into the ladies. So I'm in there, right? And then all of a sudden I realise that there's a mother's meeting with prams and kids that have started out the front of the ladies.
And a bin for sanitary napkins.
Yes, so I'm looking around going, I'm in the wrong spot here. And then I walk out in front of all these mums and I felt terrible about what had gone on. I was extremely embarrassed.
Did you say I wouldn't go in there?
I wouldn't go in there. I'd give that about 3 weeks, girls.
Anyway, sleeping at work.
Sleeping at work, apparently 1 in 10 people do it. Good chat. I think it's brilliant. Maybe you're looking for somewhere to sleep today.
Yeah.
You might have a good spot. Don't call us because we're nearly finished up.
Fits in Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.